Everything in their power to uncover, to see if there was a plot, if there was a conspiracy, if there was anyone else involved in this dastardly deed that not only involved a federal judge, the death of a federal judge, that not only involved a U.S. congressman, but also involved the wounding and assault of the congressperson's staff, according to reports that we have put forward now. Unfortunately, any tragedy breeds speculation. Any tragedy breeds an opportunity for people to step in and capitalize on it. It's an interesting fact that she was a blue dog, and she is a blue dog Democrat, and that she is a Republican-leaning Democrat in a conservative state. She owns a gun, according to her own statement. And she made statements that were critical of the president with regard to coming to the border and seeing what was going on actually with the immigration issue. She was also attacked earlier this year in the Daily Kos, a left-leaning blog, by a colleague, a Democratic colleague, with regard to her stance on SB 1070. She was against
that's the Arizona bill.
That's the Arizona bill. She was actually against that bill, but at the same time, she attacked the federal government for bringing a lawsuit against the state of Arizona and the people of Arizona, saying that was the inappropriate thing to do. So here's a person that was walking the line, and is walking the line, between the Democratic and Republican Party. The issue for all of us now to confront is the fact that it's a time for reflection and for prayer, and we need to let the criminal justice process go forward. I would also add, in listening to some of the YouTube statements of the alleged assailant here, this appears to be a particularly disturbed person, and I expect and anticipate, based upon what we hear today already, a full-throated defense in terms of an insanity plea with this fellow. I have no data on it at all, but looking in an objective way at some of the things that he has said, this seems to be essentially a disturbed person. Doesn't relieve him of that in my mind. This is the most dastardly deed that I am aware of, really, in my lifetime.
There is a federal death penalty now. There is a
federal death penalty, a federal murder penalty, and he is subject to the death penalty with regard to the death of this federal judge. He is also subject to prosecution in the state of Arizona with regard to murder as well, if a grand jury comes forward with that charge. So there is ample opportunity and an arsenal to go forward with this. But this congresswoman is the first Jewish congressperson in the state of Arizona, an historic figure in that state, and it is a tragedy of incredible proportions that we are witnessing on this day.
Peter Johnson, Jr., a Fox News legal analyst.
Thanks, John.
Peter, thanks for your insights. Let's talk more about what's been going on here. David Avella is president of GoPac, a Republican training group. Doug Schoen, a Democratic pollster and a Fox News contributor. Gentlemen, this is the kind of event that transcends politics. We don't want to talk about this from the left or the right, Democrat or Republican. It's just a tragedy all the way around. Doug?